And now coming to you live, the heavyweight champion from the four corners of the world, the Latowski Team Heavyweight, Tom the Rock.
Finally, the review has come back to Mr. Chris. Yes, we have been experiencing one ingenious night, one movie after the other, and taking experiences down and jotting the life lessons that we have learned from these two great motion pictures. Yes, folks, we surely have seen one hell of an event tonight, from the body slams of John Cena to the snarling and the smiley whatever nature of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, from the most epic cinematic experience and CGI spot fest since the surprise smash hit of Jumanji, with sometimes even cringier actor Jack Black, and barely surviving off of his one shtick man, Kevin Hart. But now, The Rock holds center stage with gigantic Goliath apes. But now, will you try to see what a man like this tries to do in his time? It doesn't matter what you think, because The Rock only knows one thing, and that's that laying the smacketh down on any fanboy who does not like the material that The Rock makes. That's the smacketh down that The Rock lays on the people who don't think that his gigantic muscles don't make cinematic quality, because everybody knows that abs and muscles and big arms are what makes things work in today's Hollywood. Do you agree, Mr. Chris?
No.
So, without further ado, let us give Mr. Chris the floor and let him make you know what you're talking about. If you smell what the Latowski team is cooking. So yeah, he saw Rampage.
I did. I explained it last week that my dad said something that kind of hit hard, and I did not want to see blockers. I never wanted to see blockers, but I was almost going to grin and bear it, at least just to, have a review, at least talk about a bad movie, because,
You would have just been going on for like an hour.
Oh my God. We did practically go on for an hour, but okay, so I went to go see Rampage instead, just because this is my more ideal bad movie. One that doesn't make me want to kill myself, at least.
The other movie couldn't have made you do that.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I would be tying myself a noose 15 minutes in after the 46,853 penis joke. So, as you know, Rampage is based off a video game of the same name. It was an arcade game. I forget from what era, probably the 80s, but it was a simple game where you took control of either an ape named George, a wolf named Ralph, or a non-specific lizard named Lizzie. These were people mutated into giant monsters, and all you did was wreck shit. You climb buildings, you break them, you fight the military, you eat people. It's a simple, fun, cathartic experience.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I mean it's gotten sequels and remakes on modern consoles. Well, modern as in like the GameCube era, but. Yeah. Yeah, it's people like it. It's a fun game.
So from one GameCube user to another, you recommend?
If you could find it cheap, yeah.
Okay.
So, making a movie out of this, first of all, you're fighting the uphill battle of it being video game based, which doesn't go over too well for the most part. I do think they can work. I'm not a purist that says, oh no, video games never should be movies. They can. They just need proper guidance, proper direction, and also proper source material. And, despite Rampage being such a paper-thin premise, you could still probably make it into at least a reasonably decent movie if you just kind of play into the factor of it's a, a giant monster B movie. And in a way, It's kind of what this movie does. I think this might come across as blasphemous, but I like this movie more than I liked Pacific Rim 2, and possibly even more than Ready Player One.
You enjoyed this.
Okay, let me be real.
Strong term.
I had more fun in this movie than I did those two mentioned movies. If I'm being real, this movie's pretty fucking terrible. But I at least came out, I laughed more, I smiled more, I went, hey, that's kind of cool in a stupid way, obviously. But you know what? For what this movie sets out to do, I think it accomplishes it better than what the other two films do.
So technical wise, you think this is better? No. Technical wise, it's terrible.
Yes.
Technical wise, it's terrible.
From a writing standpoint, from an acting standpoint, from everything.
Was the direction bad?
It's a fucking terrible movie.
Okay.
It's so stupid. But it's the kind of stupid that you can at least still have fun with. The other, like Pacific Rim 2, you could argue that, hey, for everything that's bad in it, at least it's still got giant fights and everything, but what takes the fun out of that is that its characters are so fucking annoying, and you barely even fight monsters. They fight robots for the majority of that movie. Ready Player One, we've gone on and on about why I don't think that movie works as well as it should.
I saw it twice in the same weekend, and guilty pleasure material, but I still loved it. Had a blast, fun, turned my brain off, just watch cool shit.
This movie, I guess you could say it's a weird combination of Jurassic World, Peter Jackson's King Kong, and Mighty Joe Young.
The Charlize Theron one?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not joking, it's really an apt comparison. It's really taken to a level of bromance between The Rock and this albino ape bro named George.
So a gorilla and a gorilla.
I wasn't gonna say that. He does open himself up to many racist comments with him being black and him being surrounded by apes.
I stand by the belief he's not black, he's Samoan.
Okay, well, regardless, this friendship he has with George is ridiculous. I mean, they are bro-fisting. He taught him how to flip people off. He pulls an office prank on people. So
this is turning into a terrible animal picture from the mid-90s.
Yeah,
because there were other ape movies like Buddy where Rene Russo has this pet ape and teaches it how to do human shit. There's another movie called Born to be Wild where literally a teenage boy's best friend is a gorilla and slaps around people and opens up cans and shit.
Yeah, so this
is a terrible 90s pet movie.
More or less at first, and it's like The Rock. I'm like, okay, it's so stupid, but you gotta laugh at it. You just gotta laugh, okay?
Although, are you one of the people who thinks that monkeys are like the funny animal?
No,
thank God.
Not at all.
I'm not the biggest. Okay, sometimes monkeys are a funny animal. Monkeys are a funny animal.
He's not even a fucking monkey. He's an ape, a gorilla. Monkeys are different. They are different species, different animal group.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yes, they do call it a monkey several times in this movie. That's kind of irritating.
My apologies. Continue.
So the way that they edit again. Rampage is hardly a complicated story, but they still have to change things around. So in the games, obviously, they were humans turned animals. In this one, they're animals turned giant monster mutants. So this evil corporation is trying to use Cypher, which the movie gives a little history lesson at the beginning of it. I'm not sure how accurate it is or even if it's real, but it's this idea that gene editing, which we developed to try and cure diseases, was eventually labeled as a weapon of mass destruction, considering what it could do to people and other animals. This evil corporation is trying to create super animals. It's not an accident. They are trying to create super animals. They literally call it Project Rampage.
Evil corporation.
Evil corporation. So evil.
God damn it. I hate those.
It's so fucking stupid. In space, they're working on a serum and they are testing it with a rat. This is
transport up to space.
Not transport up to space.
Well, no.
In a satellite in space.
No, but the camera actually shows it movie form. They actually show the people working on it in space.
Well, we come to it when it's being ripped to shreds by a giant rat, and one of the scientists tries to escape with some of the serums, but the ship blows up and they land on Earth.
Oh,
and
God.
And the evil corporations all like, well, we can't let this get out. It'll be traced back to us. It's like, it's okay. They'll never know. They'll never find out. Why? Because we've got people on it. We send people with machine guns to fight giant monsters. Why the fuck do movies think that makes sense? Regardless.
Because screenwriters sometimes are really stupid.
Regardless.
Okay, either that or screenwriters are pushed to the brink by producers to make scripts so fast that they can't think out everything before the product is finished. That's the only explanation.
So one serum lands in the pen where George resides, and he gets some of the serum. Another lands in somewhere in Wyoming, and a wolf gets it, and another lands somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico, where a crocodile gets it. I just want to point out this bit of stupidity. Rampage does exist in this universe, the video game Rampage. One of the fucking evil corporation people actually has an Rampage arcade cabinet in their office. So no one is questioning. It's like, wow, this is just like the game.
They're like, wait, we're basing our entire operation off of a game? How is our corporation even funded now? People will figure out that we're basing all of our ideas off of 8-bit entertainment.
Well, it's not even, they don't even play, they can't plan on the fact that the ape's name is also George, or that some assholes online apparently named the wolf Ralph.
Oh, holy shit, it's just one big fucking coincidence.
They never did a chance to call the lizard Lizzie, but, all right, so yeah, what do you think happens? The animals are growing giant. The Rock is trying to keep his best buddy calm, but he can't because the serum also causes more aggression and everything. And the idiots trying to fight the wolf with machine guns fail. Then just like with Pacific Rim, we get an annoying younger female companion for the Rock.
Well, real life, human.
Yes.
Okay.
What did you think?
Like it was another animal sidekick or something.
No animal sidekick. She's the one who created the serum. Okay. So just like in Jurassic World, I just think, what benefits do you have to creating super monsters? But of course, she's like, oh, I was just trying to save my brother. It's like, how is putting like giving animals superpowers going to help that? All right. Well, regardless.
So the female sidekick, she's just generic bland hot chick.
No, she's generic. She's generic super smart scientist.
Hot chick though, or
hot chick? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They have to try and make the.
It doesn't work. She's annoying, and The Rock.
Do you know who she's played by?
No, I don't remember. Okay. I don't give a. I honestly.
Don't give a rat's ass.
The only character I genuinely remember in this movie was fucking Negan. He was funny as hell.
Okay, what's his role?
His role, at first, he comes across as kind of the swarmy government guy who is like, I'm here, I'm taking control. This whole thing's under my operation now.
Does he at least have a cheesy tone or have it be a little bit over the top?
He sounds exactly like Negan from The Walking Dead.
Which I've never seen. I've only watched one full episode of The Walking Dead.
Might as well be walking around with a barbed wire baseball bat. But honestly, he does get better. He does get he has probably some of the best laughs this movie has to offer. There's one part where they're trying to transport George, and he obviously breaks loose, and The Rock for some reason saves Negan, and he's still unconscious, but he's got a parachute around him, so he wakes up mid falling, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
It's just reaction and facials.
Yeah, and then The Rock's like, "You're welcome," and I think
no, cue his fucking song from Moana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Da 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 da.
Yeah, but after that, they're like, "Hey, thanks for saving my life. So we have an understanding now, and we're gonna work together to stop this."
We cool, brother.
Pretty much. He even says, "Brother."
No, it's because The Rock is the ultimate bro now.
I guess so.
His persona, his character, and his charisma, that's all he's like is, stand tall, I'm with you, bro. I'm right by your side, bro. I'm here for you, bro. Because that's mostly what he was in Fast and Furious. I'm not sure what that was in Jumanji. Many complicated feelings regarding The Rock, considering, yes, charismatic guy, can be a good actor, but cash cow will take, like John Cena, will take any script, and even if it has, let me guess, cringy, does it have cringy lines with him trying to sound like...
It has really stupid moments in this movie. The comedy between him and George gets really stupid too, where they're signing between each other, because that's obviously how apes communicate with humans.
Planet of the Apes.
Yep. And he's like, the ape does something like, "What? No, you look like big shit," or some stupid.
You look like big shit.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me, anyways. But so, all right, where it ties in further into the games is the evil corporation gets the brilliant idea of activating this radio frequency that'll send the animals into a rage and frenzy and destroy everything to get to their building and destroy what's causing the radio frequency. Do I need to explain why that's fucking stupid?
Not really.
Okay, thank you. So the military's trying to, obviously trying to stop the animals, but they get to Chicago too fast, so they think we're just gonna have to bomb the shit out of the place.
We're here too early. Let's blow it up.
Yep. So The Rock, the scientist, and Negan are all working together to try and stop the animals before they blow it to before the military blows it to shit.
So Negan does a good guy turn.
Yeah. Well, he did a good guy turn when The Rock saved his life.
Okay. So that's predictable.
No, I wouldn't say predictable, but it's nice too, because I honestly do think this guy plays a pretty funny character, even when he's
when he's a villain.
A villain or good guy, he's funny.
So he's better than the fucking villain from Ready Player One, who was just a nothing villain.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway,
jeez, I really did like Negan in this movie. One of the better parts of this is when he's like, "I was just about to come and walk up these 80 flights of stairs to arrest you, but it looks like you did that for me." He's like, and Wiener Boy evil corporation guy's like, no, please don't do this to me. And he's like, "Yeah, it's all right, son. I just need that laptop of yours. If you give that to me, you can walk right out of here clean, scot-free." He's like, "Oh, thank you so much." He hands it to him, walks out, gets crushed by falling debris the second he walks out the door. And Negan's just like, yeah, that sucks. Just
okay, that's funny.
That is really funny. And there's a few other moments too surrounding him. He really is the best character in this fucking movie. But regardless, so what else can you say? What do you think happens? The monsters get to the building. They wreck shit. There's a few references to the games too, where George actually eats the lady scientist pretty brutally, honestly. just like swallows her whole, which is exactly
Wait,
what.
the Rock sidekick?
No, not her. The evil corporation lady.
Evil lady scientist gets eaten.
Yes, she gets eaten, and also with the antidote that's supposed to calm George's rage, at least.
Okay.
So that's how. That's.
Would you know the evil scientist lady who was played by?
No, I don't. Okay. I don't know anyone but The Rock and Negan. I really don't.
Okay.
So, again, it's so as they're destroying the building and stuff, George is coming back to it. He and Rock are now very good friends again. You know, he's calmed down. He's like, we gotta save these people. So it's the Rock and this giant albino gorilla versus a giant crocodile and a giant wolf. It's a pretty epic fight, if I'm gonna be honest. It's the kind of stuff you look for in giant monster movies.
And so this could lead to the basis of thoughts around action effects and whether or not it was actually good to watch or cluttered or.
Well, I mean, its setting is very uninspired. It's in the middle of a city.
Monsters fighting the city.
It's very debris heavy. It's very gray. So it's in that regard, it's kind of lifeless. But still, giant ape, giant wolf, giant crocodile, all fighting. It's pretty fucking fun.
Okay.
In that regard, I can say that this movie at least left me feeling, you know, I get the similar feeling I get from any kind of giant monster movie I watch, which is just, you know, partially nostalgia. Yep. It's the kind of stuff I grew up on, but also a little bit of catharsis because it's not going for anything. It's not trying to win an Oscar. It's aiming low and it scores high in that regard. Really? So yeah, it just in terms of giant monsters fighting. In that regard, I could say this movie is not big steaming pile of shit. It's not going to end up on my worst of the year list. It's just, I mean, from everything I've explained up to this point, it's just really, really dumb excuse for giant monsters to attack the city.
And Dwayne Johnson to shoehorn his face.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Rock, not Dwayne Johnson. Why did I even say that? I promised myself I would never reference him by that.
It is just, you know, again, an excuse for The Rock to come out and be like, and have have this nice, fun friendship with this ape who's way more friendlier than he should be.
One-liners are core, though.
Oh, yes. One-liners, quips, and really stupid jokes.
Oh, my.
That's, again, why I liked Negan as much as he did, because he is actually genuinely funny, whereas nobody else is in this movie.
So The Rock wasn't funny, but...
He was not. He was not funny at all.
Just his performance alone.
His performance alone, okay, but nothing spectacular.
Yeah, like... If The Rock wants to be in movies, that's fine. But I'm kind of not seeing why everybody is like a huge fan of his.
That's the thing. I'm never gonna go see a movie just because he's in it.
The only reason I assume so is because he does have a lot of personality, but that ties into the real him. It doesn't necessarily translate to good character acting. Honestly, I think Dave Bautista is a better actor than The Rock. And for those of you who don't know, Dave Bautista, also known as just Bautista from WWE, he's... what's his name? The blue guy?
Drax?
Drax, yeah. He's
Poor man's Kratos?
Drax from Guardians, but he's also the lead soldier guy from Blade Runner 2049, and he also has had other acting gigs. Okay. Like, he was also in a cult favorite, The Man with the Iron Fists. Mm-hmm. He was also in a couple episodes of Smallville.
Okay.
And, yeah, he was also Inspector.
Inspector?
No, in Spectre, the James Bond movie.
Oh, okay.
He was the bald guy with the glasses.
Okay.
But then again, that could be a lot of guys.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I think he's the best. He's the better of the wrestlers turned actors so far.
Okay.
I hope he actually does better work. John Cena, choose a better script. The Rock. What? Are you done wrapping up your thoughts?
I just want to say it's a shitty movie, but I had fun with it. In terms of video game movies, nobody was going to expect this was gonna turn the tides and convince people that video games were gonna be good, because Rampage was such a basic premise to begin with that it hardly
it didn't follow enough of the source material.
Well, I mean it got the basic stuff right. It just, again, I wish it turned out to be humans in those giant monsters, but it wasn't. I mean, they don't even demutate them. They just kill them.
That's shitty.
Yeah. Like I said, all in all, shitty movie, but I had fun with it, and it doesn't leave me nearly as annoyed as it left as Ready Player One did or Pacific Rim did. That being said, I honestly don't recommend it's hard to compare the two because
you can not recommend Ready Player One if you don't want to.
It's just.
It all depends.
It all depends. There's different places. I'd say overall, just a very broad overall sense. Out of those three movies, this one I had the most fun with because it aims low and scores high. It doesn't score, high compared to most other movies. And in fact, it fails in a lot of regards, but it's a giant monster B movie. I can't be that mad at it. Take that with what you will. That's all I can say.
You actually did sound like, okay, at points it did sound like you were actually either more interested or less annoyed than I was.
Yeah.
But I didn't chastise or hate this movie as much as I thought I was going to. I was just trying to put everything together and actually try and come up with something not necessarily more creative than the movie I actually saw, but just try and pick it apart and analyze, because if people are liking, but what do you think people's reaction to Rampage do you think would be from online stuff?
I imagine most people are probably gonna think it's fucking stupid, which it is.
Lukewarm reception.
It is pretty damn stupid. I don't see people hating this movie. Just like I said, I think most people are just gonna pass it off as another dumb video game movie, another dumb giant monster movie, whatever you want to label it as. It's just another dumb one. It doesn't do anything drastically different or original. It has just and whatever merits I can give it is the same stuff you can give almost anything of that genre. So that's my final thoughts on it.
So, actually, this has gone down perfectly because with this being the WrestleMania 28 of reviews, The Rock technically won in this.
Okay.
It actually pulled off a better response than John Cena did. So it's proper. Okay, I can't say that I didn't enjoy my time during this. I was seeing blockers for a reason. I fulfilled that reason, and for that, I don't regret my time. And I actually do appreciate that I saw something and actually got the basis for it, so that I could bitch about it and complain about it.
And I think that's part of the other reason why I came out of Rampage, happier than I thought I would. It was I could be a lot. I know I could be a lot worse. So,
but I do have faith for the high school teenage raunchy comedy,
and I have faith for video game movies.
There, we can end it on that.
I said,
and for The Rock's second attempt at a video game movie. Because I told you this earlier, he was in fucking Doom. That bombed. So, round 2, I guess.
Yep. I suppose I haven't even seen Doom, and I can tell you this one's probably better than that.
Although, have you played the original Doom, the PC Doom?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That is a gaming classic giant.
That needs to be a milestone for all gamers.
Well, pretty much, yeah. If you enjoy the first-person shooter genre, that is definitely a game you need to play.
Are you going to buy Doom for the Switch?
I already have it for the PS4.
Oh. Okay. Makes sense. Oh. Well. Wow.
Yeah.
What we see next, nobody knows. He really doesn't want to see Avengers.
I'm sticking to my Marvel boycott. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just...
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I hate that song, by the way.
I'm not gonna break it, no matter what people said. No matter what people say.
Not even what I say.
Not even what you say. Okay.
Fuck you.
You can go watch it, enjoy it.
If
Tony Stark dies, I'll watch it on YouTube later. I'll watch that scene on YouTube later.
I don't want to see it though.
Well, then let's not. Let's go see a better movie. You and me. We'll avoid the hype together. You know what? The night that we see it is the night we go see a movie, and it'll be the night the Avengers opens. It'll be dead. Well, regardless of what movie we see.
So we'll have the entire theater to ourselves.
You bet.
All right, that actually sounds more enticing.
Actually,
then again, what's going to come out during the same weekend as one of the biggest cinematic releases in history?
well, that's what I'm saying. Whatever movie we see, it'll be something that's been out for a while and something nobody else is going to be watching.
Although,
we could go see A Quiet Place. We could go see what was that other one?
Super Troopers 2.
I haven't even seen the first one yet. So.
You have to see the first one in order to understand the second one.
Okay, or there's what was that? It's like I was never even there. You were never even there.
I don't know, but or should we seek something out that looks like it? Well, instead of like trying to be good, suck really really bad. Could we try and find some kind of movie like that?
Isn't that what we just did tonight, though?
No, ours didn't suck enough, because I want to try and find a so bad it's good movie.
Mine was almost like that.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Well, again, we won't know because we do what we want, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Even though we said we were going to do this a week ago, but I'm glad we followed through.
Yeah. You know... Life hits you sometimes.
I was gonna tell you a gay joke, but fuck it.
Not even gonna.
That joke has aged well, like some of the other jokes from my movie. Fucking fuck. Seth Rogen, I'll do something that you'll but don't try and put your hand on other things, because then those will just be too similar to stuff you've done in the past. Direct something, write something that isn't anything related to the Neighbors movies, and I'll be perfectly fine. That's all I gotta say. Sorry. If you smell... Just your glare, though.
Yeah.
Well, any final words?
We'll see you guys.
Boom.